Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Mega Man 2 Revisited, and we're going to fight Bubble Man. Now, in the original Let's Play I did of this, I can't remember the name right now, the NES Game Atlas, that's right. The NES Game Atlas, which I was kind of just using for fun as a guide for the playthrough. I figured I'd do their boss order and kind of judge it. They recommended doing Bubble Man first. Not the worst recommendation, but considering who his weapon works on, which is, I think, Heat Man, he's probably the only one who's really weak against it. Though for some reason they have you fighting Flash Man with the Bubble Lead. Or Bubble Lead, I don't even know what it's called. But at any rate, you probably don't want to do Heat Man early in the game. But his stage is... it's not the worst stage in the world. There are some tough things to fight here, though. So maybe that's something they took into account when they wrote the Game Atlas, although that thing had a lot of problems. Now, of course, this is normal difficulty on this first run. We're back up to 35 FPS. I know it's a strange integer to use, and it's better than 20. Of course, I've rambled about all that before, but by this episode I did remember to fix it. I don't know why I was fighting these things so much. It's just kind of cool shooting them with the quick boomerangs. You do have to be careful here anyway because of the spikes. This was kind of a new thing to Mega Man. There wasn't really much water in the first one. I can only imagine what people who played the first one thought of this. Because we have those shrimp things which are actually kind of annoying to battle with just a Mega Buster. Another reason why I really wouldn't recommend doing this one first. That's a lot of large energy units. Pretty hilarious, actually. This part really makes me nervous because we have all these crabs coming down from nowhere. You have to be careful. One thing I found, like this is kind of by accident, and we'll see this in a later episode, is that you can actually kill the enemies off screen. Like they spawn somewhere where you can't see them, but they're actually killable. Or at least those enemies. Maybe not the crabs. Well, we'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'll probably forget to even mention it in that video. Now this is, of course we use Metal Man's weapon against him, and you really only need a few. Those bubbles Bubble Man shoots usually repel bullets and stuff, but the metal blade goes straight through them. It'd be funny if it popped them. That would have been a nice touch. But, I don't know, I guess they didn't want to make it too easy. Now, of course, this is difficult now. And things really amp up on difficult in the stage because of all the enemies and their heightened durability. You can see I start relying on the metal weapon. Things are starting to go badly already as the little frogs hit me. And I was really having a problem with them. I just go, screw it, I'm going to use the quick boomerang, and oddly enough it worked better. Now I did play through hard first, so that's why if you notice maybe normal might be a little bit smoother. That's because I play it the second time. And as you can see, if you jump on those just right, they won't fall. Which doesn't really serve a purpose, except it's kind of cool. I was actually experimenting with the weapons in this part of the playthrough. I don't know why. I don't think I went through this stage very much. I must have went through it like once before having to record. I didn't really feel the need to go through it a lot. It's really kind of something I can run without much trouble, since it's really just the enemies and maybe a few spikes you have to worry about. Of course, that becomes much more difficult. As you can see, I'm getting my ass kicked over here. Of course, I get through it without having to heal or anything like that. Aside from what drops from the enemies. I guess I could have made that a rule of these no-death runs, but that might be a little overly harsh. Of course, we have these things again. Unfortunately, I don't think they drop a whole lot of power-ups for us in this part. Maybe they do, though. I actually recorded this quite some time ago. It's been a few weeks now, actually. As you can see, this is another example of like the weapon energy being all over the place in this game, like the consumption. Like, you can just fire these things all day and never run out. Like, I don't think I've ever run out of quick boomerangs ever playing Mega Man games. Maybe against one of the bosses in Wiley's castle, which we'll get to eventually. But aside from that, under normal circumstances, you're probably just not going to run out of them. They're a good weapon, though. They're actually kind of underrated, really, because people go for the metal blade a lot. But these get the job done, too. You just need to be closer. And in fact, their rapid fire is one of their strengths. Of course, we're coming up on the crabs again. Mega Man has crabs. And of course, they're robotic crabs, too. This waterfall, I always liked it. I don't know why, but there's something cool about it. I always like that background. There's a lot of that in Super Mario Bros. 2, the US release, North American version. The Japanese got a whole other deal with that, which I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You're never gonna see any kind of run of that game. It's not even that bad, really. I just don't like it at all. Not my favorite Mario game. So it's basically the same deal with him. You have to hit him a few more times, and you fuck him up with Metal Blade and you're done. Not a hard boss. He'll probably be one of the last bosses I fight in the boss rush. So, yeah, that's about it for Bubble Man. Slightly longer episode, actually. These episodes have been going really quickly. But this one, a little bit longer. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And as always, I will be back with more. So until next time, good luck and happy gaming.